Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and I think this is the third video on this, recreating this. I'm almost done. The letters match up really good. Now my barbs are a little bit, so if you're going to do this for real, I think after I do use the envelope tool, maybe they moved. But if you had to have it more perfect, all you have to do is move them down, because you're going to have them along with you brought in the picture now, or I have, and you could very easily, and especially if you hold down the control button, it won't let you get offline. And you can see I'm a little bit off, but here's my scenario down here. In the picture, the letters are kind of curved, and I think that actually looks better. But like on the O and the B, they might not want that. They're a little bit rounded, but these are more square, so almost like I said before, you'd have to have the font to do a better job. But what you could do is just take this note and just bring it down, and don't worry about what it looks like for a second. Select them all and right-click and turn them into a line. And then you could do like we did earlier and go to a line and align horizontally. And see how this is a little rounded, but these are more squared. It's hard to tell with the picture. And, it's a little bit offset there. But the main reason for the video is to figure out this, we need to do this stencil. So evidently, so it won't fall out. But you can very easily, and you know what, let's do this first. Let's select it all and turn everything into a line. And then when you move these, maybe it won't look so funky at first. Maybe you can do a little bit better job of moving it. And then I would actually take out nodes you don't need, because it's going to make your line better. Now to create this stencil font, this would be good to use the picture. Just use the rectangle tool and just get something about like the size of that thing, and depending, that's only 1/8 of an inch between. Of course I've never even looked to see what size this is yet. Oh yeah, we're good, because we haven't expanded it out yet. So once you get that rectangle, Control D and make a duplicate and put it at the bottom. And then you've got 2 more over here, or really 3 more over here. Just Control D and make a duplicate, put it up here. Now when you Control D it again, it's going to go out of the picture. So if you'll just hit the plus sign, you can move it down without. Control D is really good, except for the fact that it'll sometimes take away and out of the picture. Then you could, if your nudge distance is set pretty low, which mine is, you could move these around, but you want to kind of have them in line. This is going to take a little work, but it's be a little fun. And let's just move this out of the way a little bit. And I'm not doing this for other people, so I don't think it really matters. Now I'm going to set my nudge distance on, let's see how big this is. 10 inches, 9 inches, move this out of the way. And then when you use the Smart Fill tool, and you go ahead and Smart Fill every letter, see, we're getting that stencil look. And then that's what it's going to look like. We're going to do one more part of this. If you remember the yellow, or the envelope that we used originally to get that shape, I've created it in yellow now. Oh, I must have moved it a little bit before, but that didn't look too bad. We can get it back. Set our nudge distance back to low, 0.02, and kind of nudge this guy over a little bit. There we go. And see the yellow line? I don't know if it's visible, but that's pretty much what we use for an envelope. So if you click on it, it'll tell you you're on that yellow line. Let's go ahead and make it black. Whoop. Let's right click black. And let's make it thicker. You know what? Let's do it in red. So maybe you could see it on your monitor. Now we're going to make it 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, probably 5 points. And that's what I said in earlier videos. If the number isn't designated, you don't have to, you can type it in. And then we can do the same thing. And one thing you can do with this is actually a cut line. So we can take this line now, go up to object, and convert the outline to an object. Then take away the fill and give it a right click. And now we have 2 lines. So that's like a space. And then it's very easily, because plasma cutting, he's going to need to come down here and cut back. But we need to do this. And it's not dead on to where it was in the, whatever this sign is. But you've got to remember that it's your sign and it's going to, you had to take the measurements. So we could just take a rectangle, figure out the spacing. Now you'd want it the same at top and bottom. So if you want to try holding down the control button and moving it to make sure that you're even, and I think there's 2 on the corners. So you'd have to do that the same thing. Our text might be a little bit too big. And we need to move it down. And it doesn't matter on the width, as long as we cover up both lines. Let's make sure we're doing that here. We are. And then you can just take your Smart Fill tool and fill in between those lines. Well, I must have missed it. Zoom in here. And then we could set our nudge distance on quite high again, 9 inches. We can nudge this over, nudge this over. I never did move the text. We don't really need these lines. I'm just going to hit delete. And then nudge this over. The rest of it is going to be kind of elementary. You need a cut line on the outside. Same thing kind of here. That's pretty easy. I'm not going to waste my other YouTube video watchers on how to create the whole thing. But that would be the hardest part, and you're halfway there. And like I said, if you're a plasma cutter, then you just make this 2 lines. Well, we'll just, whoop. So this is what it would look like when plasma cutting. And lasering too, you could cut that out in laser, you know, and everything. You know, to get this other line, this other cut line, I hate to keep going so far, but just make another rectangle and then go from there. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit, and thank you for watching.